If someone told you that you could enter a trade by just looking at 2 candles and make a good profit, what would be the first thing you'd say? Yeah, sure, you must be crazy. How can that be possible? But today, in this video, I want to introduce you to a strategy that allows you to enter a trade just by looking at 2 candles and achieve good profits. I have tested this strategy myself, and at the end, I will show you backtests that support my claims, and you can see the win rate of this strategy. But before we dive into the strategy, I want you to make sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you enjoy this type of content, please like the video. Alright, let's get into today's video. As always, open TradingView, select your symbol and set your time frame to 5 minutes. But remember, you can test this strategy on any time frame and symbol you like. Now, we need to go to the most important part, which is adding the indicator to the chart. Go to the indicator section and search for Normalized DMA Oscillator. Now add it to our chart. This indicator consists of 2 areas. One is on the chart next to the candles, and the other is below the chart. As you can see, if the candles are below these lines, we are in a downtrend and should look for an entry point to sell. If the candles are above these lines, we are in an uptrend and should look for buying opportunities. Now, where can our entry points be? A simple entry point is when this line changes color. For example, at this point, our indicator has changed from blue to red, so it's an entry point for a sell trade. We can enter a sell trade and make a good profit. Or at this point, our indicator has changed from red to blue, which creates a buy signal for us, and we can enter a buy trade and see that we were able to make a good profit. However, as you can see at some points, this method shows us wrong entry points, and we might incur losses. So to prevent this from happening, I needed to find a solution, and after many tests, I was able to optimize this strategy. The first change is in the indicator settings, so you need to go into the settings and apply the changes you see here. Now the points are better and more optimized. The second change is in the entry point and how to enter trades, which I will explain fully now. Let us start with buy trades. First of all, you need to look for a point when the color changes on the chart, and we have a buy signal at this point. But you shouldn't rush into the trade. The optimized point here is that you should wait until you see 2 bullish candles, and both of them should be above this line. Now you can confidently enter the trade. Set your stop loss slightly below this line. For take profit, just consider a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 1.5 and wait for the trade to close with profit. For a sell trade, first ensure that we are in a downtrend. After that, look for a sell signal, which is when the indicator changes from blue to red. Now we need to wait until we see 2 bearish candles. After that, you can confidently enter a sell trade and set your stop loss just above the DMA indicator line. For take profit, you can also consider a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 1.5 and wait for the trade to close with profit. Now, let's change our symbol for better testing and understanding of this strategy. Here, we can see a color change, which means a strong signal to enter a buy trade. But remember what you need to do. You need to wait until 2 candles close above this line. Now that this has happened, you can enter a buy trade. Set your stop loss slightly below this line and consider a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 1.5 for take profit. Now wait for the trade to close with profit. Or for a sell trade, you can see that at this point, we find a strong sell signal with the color change. Now we wait for 2 bearish candles to form below this line. Now we can enter the sell trade, set your stop loss a little above this line, and consider a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 1.5 for take profit. Now wait for the trade to close with profit. Let's look at some examples of this strategy together, and at the end, I will show you the win rate of this strategy. Alright, so after backtesting this strategy on 100 trades, here are the results. 72 of those trades were winners and 28 ended in losses. That gives us a win rate of 72, which is quite promising. Of course, results may vary depending on market conditions, but overall, this strategy shows solid potential. This strategy is incredibly simple, but its accuracy is very high. However, don't forget that no strategy is 100% foolproof, and you should always practice proper risk management. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support is what motivates me to continue this journey. Thanks for watching.